everyone. How are you all doing? Trust you all are doing fine. Sana here from So Happy. Um, Today I've got a gadget here with me that I just feel that beside every sewing machine, there has to be one of them, and a good one at that. And so that is what I'm going to talk about today, because for Christmas I got one of these gadgets. And I think that in order for us to mold or shape fabrics, we cannot do without it. And of course, you already know that I'm going to talk about the iron. Um, the iron is a secret weapon, for um, shaping, molding, and incorporating heat along with pressure and moisture. We are able to get our fabrics to where we want them to be or how we want them to look. So this is one of the reasons why I decided to get another iron, because the other ones that I have are not, they're kind of old. And so I'm gonna show you the ones that I have, and so that we can see the differences between the older ones and the one that I've just got. So anyway, without further ado, it is the Oliso TG 1600 Smart Iron Pro, actually. So this is what I would like to unbox with you today. So before I do that, I'm going to put them on the table, the older ones, so that we can just have a little talk about them. I have here 3 irons that they all have a little story. This was the first iron I bought when I came back to the UK. It is a Russell Hobbs. I think I paid maybe £20 or something, I can't remember. But if you look at it, I think I've had it for about, well, it's quite a while actually, since I came back from the US. So as you can see, the sole plate is stained and all that kind of thing. And, to be honest, I didn't even realize what difference. I thought an iron is an iron anyway. I didn't, to me, I didn't think that there was a difference between the ions or something. I thought that all ions are the same, but I suppose they are not created equally. So that is the first one I got. When I moved down to the bungalow, this where I live now, there was this iron left by I suppose the previous tenant, and as you can see, this also has stain on the sole plate. This is a Murphy Richards. I never used this iron actually. Then Rowenta. Rowenta is what I was dreaming about getting. I wanted to get a Rowenta because to me, I feel that Rowenta is one of the best irons or brands I think that are out there. And I wanted to get a Rowenta. This Rowenta I didn't buy. It was given to me by, I think, a colleague when I moved here. She just felt that maybe, as you know, she didn't give it to me brand new, but she just felt it was something just to, she had more than one, so she gave me this one. But this one, as you can see, the sole plate is nice and clean. This is what I've been using till now, for my ironing. And of course, we know that in sewing we do more of pressing than ironing. We know that there's a difference between pressing and ironing. So this is the iron that I've been using up until now. And I actually wanted to get another iron, and I wanted to get a Rowenta. But somehow, I don't know, during the Christmas I was just browsing, I think on Amazon, and then this Oliso just popped up. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, why don't I try that one? And it looks nice and everything. So that's how come, I decided to get the Oliso, especially when I read all the specifications and stuff like that. So these are the 3 irons I've got. And as I said, the emphasis being on the sole plate, actually, because when you start having all this staining and branding on the sole plate, it actually reduces the efficiency and productivity of the iron. So now let's get to the unboxing of the Oliso. So yay, I'm really excited about my Oliso. So, and it says reinvented just for me. That's what it says, reinvented just for you. And that is really cool. I think it's been reinvented. This iron is especially reinvented for people who quilt and people who sew. So this is really nice. So I did have a sneak peek. I read the manual a bit so that I know what I'm talking about. And so let's get to the star of the day. It comes with a cup. And please read, droplets in my brand new tank are okay. It says my anti-scale system means tap water is okay. With hard water, use bottled water. We have hard water in this area. So let me get this baby out. Okay. And there's so much, before I put the box away, there's so much information on the box. And it says, I am the only iron that automatically lifts and lowers with your touch. So reinvented for sewing and quilting. So that is really, no one has ever reinvented anything, either reinvented or invented anything for me. So that's really cool, I think. All right, so here is the iron. And it has a diamond ceramic sole plate. So let's see what is gonna happen. So I'm gonna get the ironing board. So it comes with a very long cord, and which is good and different to what the other ones are. They have shorter cord, and also I think the sole plate, which as I said is diamond ceramic, that is what also helps to prevent the staining and on the back. So I'm gonna turn it on right now and see what's gonna happen. All right. So before I go any further, there's the special feature on it is the ability for it to lift and lower on its own, because with those people who do lots of quilting and sewing, they're constantly doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, and with time that can affect the wrists. So I think that's why they specifically designed this differently for people who do lots of ironing or pressing during during the sewing time. So let's turn it on and see. So did you see that? The moment it lifts and lowers by itself. So that is the actual the main star attraction of this iron. And it has a big tank that is bigger than most irons, and it's the scotch guards. So basically when you want to iron and you touch it, then it goes down for you to iron, let's say. And of course you have to watch, and then when you're no longer ironing it, I don't know if this can be seen properly, if the video is clear enough for you to be able to see it, lowering and lifting. And so yeah, so it's got a bigger tank, and the scotch guards which prevent burning, and a long cord than most irons. And then the most interesting thing of all, the eye touch. So basically it's able to sense once you touch it that you're either ready to sew or you're ready to just, you know, take a break, and then it just lifts off from the surface that you've placed it to prevent the surface from, you know, burning or your clothes from burning, and it just automatically switches off. So yeah, so this is one of the features of this iron that I actually like, apart from the fact that the yellow is really different, you know. And just want to make sure that it's clear, so that you can see that it's lifting and ironing, lifting and lowering, sorry. So I've seen lots of people who sew just having fun, just, you know, pressing and leaving it, and just to enjoy the movement of the iron. So anyhow, in addition to that, I also got a clapper. So in addition to that, I got a tailor's clapper as well, because of course one of the things that helps to, you know, make a pressing really good is a clapper, which also helps to apply pressure to, you know, let's make sure, yeah, it helps to apply pressure, because as I said, the heat, the pressure, the moisture all help to make the pressing yield good results. So I got a tailor's clapper as well. So I am just gonna, in order to, okay. So one of the things that, anyhow, so you can see that the light here is red, and then this is where you set the, I'm turning it to, because I think I'm gonna do synthetic. So then it turns to green, and then it will be blinking. And then when it stops blinking and it's just solid green, then you know you're ready to press. So, okay, it's reached the temperature. I am just gonna, this is one of my son's t-shirt that I messed up when I didn't stabilize properly. So I'm gonna just test it to see whether it would forgive me for my lack of proper stabilization when I was embroidering. And so I'm just gonna place this on the ironing board. I'm not gonna be putting, I don't think I'll put water in the tank, because this area is hard water, so I think I'll just get a spray bottle. I wish you could see this. Okay, so I've just put it on synthetic and it's ready to go. So I'm just gonna place this on here like that for a bit. Let's see if it's hot. Yeah. Yeah, so I will be speaking about things. I think I really messed up with the shirt. I don't think any any amount of ironing is going to get the puckering out of the t-shirt. So my son will have to use it for pajamas. So yeah, so I'm gonna just try this and see if it's gonna get the puckering out with the clapper. It did help a bit. And also this iron has what they call the detailing or whatever. The space between the iron and that metal bit allows you to put in maybe your collar or your cuff or something, you know, to make it iron properly. I don't know if I'm making any sense. But I've been dying to get the puckering out of this shirt, so actually that's just what I'm gonna try and do. And if it doesn't, well, that's all right. But then the whole idea is just to showcase the Oliso TG1600 Pro, and yeah, and that's my newest addition to my sewing room. So before I go, yeah, it actually has helped, you know. It's not that bad. I did manage to get the puckering out. Well, some of it, you know. So I'll just keep trying. Yeah, it might be kind of manageable for him. So I just want to read some of the things that, you know, we should be careful about. Always make sure we turn off, like now that I've finished this, I should make sure that I turn everything back to minimum or to zero when the iron is no longer in use. And when you're turning it off, when you're turning the iron off, make sure you don't hold the iron, because the scotch guards should always be elevated. They should, the moment if you hold the iron whilst you're turning it off, the scotch guards will retreat, and that could cause leakage of the iron. That's what it says. I know that you will read your manual if you have this, but just kind of like a reminder. And of course, use tap or bottled water, not distilled water. And then for me, as I said, I'm going to be using a spray bottle as opposed to the bottled the tap water. And then also remember to empty your tank when you're done. Prior to, I'm just gonna switch the iron off right now, or maybe, well, let me just, yeah. So prior to this model, I think that the back here, there used to be like a switch whereby you could turn off the eye touch feature, whereby, you know, the lifting and the lowering thing, you could tell, but they've removed that. And I don't know if it's a good thing or not, because sometimes you just, you know, don't want to, you know, it to be going up and down, you know, that kind of thing. But they took it off for God knows what reason. So yeah, so that's just what I have to say. Just featuring my Oliso, the new arrival to my sewing room. And I hope you found this video helpful, and happy sewing in the meantime. Bye for now. Okay. Missed a lot of things. I have to